Hi guys, welcome to Ditzysdiamondden. Dear Helper here. I am doing our wipandchat this week as Ditzy is riding and driving with our niece Ellie out to Pennsylvania. Today I am working on my lifetime achievement canvas, which is what I jokingly call it because it's going to take me forever to finish, but I'm actually going to do it. This is Aquaman from DC Comics, and this is from Diamond Art Club. It is a 55.8 by 83.7 centimeter diamond painting. And I am at the bottom of this here. I've probably got 1, 2, 3 3/4 release papers to complete. I have my just generic cover paper, I guess, release paper that's just nothing, and then my Crafts with Crashley release papers that I use. So I don't get too flashy. I, of course, am using my Yellow Dog Designs version 4 XL tray, which I love. This is it. This is the tray that I have to use. This is what I work with, and it's fantastic. And of course, I only use tweezers. That's why this has taken me so long to complete. And these are from Personalized Tools. And Ditzy did get these for me, and they say Dear Helper on them, and I do have a secondary pair just in case something happens to these guys. So I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. I'm generally not a huge talker unless I'm in a group setting, because I just feed and talk off of and with everybody else. So in Google Meets or on Discord or whatever it might be, I do talk a little bit more because I can play off of speaking with you guys. But when it's just me by myself, I don't know how long this is going to go because I don't generally have too much to talk about, other than things that I see, things that I'm doing. All of you know I work a full-time job. It is very busy. I do some other things, and I have a very full life, a very full and very happy life. And I can say going to marriage therapy and finding this craft and being able to do this with Alicia has been life-changing for us. And I say that, and some people might be like, oh yeah, sure, it's just some hobby that you're doing, but it actually is. Being able to meet all the people that we have met over this past year and a half, being able to share our kind of story with everybody, on where we came from. Because before we started this channel, before we went to therapy, we weren't in a great place. Our kids had moved away. It was just me and Alicia at the time, and we really didn't know each other. And we didn't have a whole lot in common or things that we would even discuss or even talk about. I'm sure we both felt completely alone. So this hobby has definitely brought us closer. I would never give this hobby up because of what it has done for us. It means a lot to me. I might not diamond paint as much as I'd like to. I wish I did have more time to do this, because it is therapeutic, and that's what it definitely should be. It not always is. The community's not always, fantastic at all times, but nothing is. We all try to do our best in everything. I assume, that's at least what I do. The type of person that you've seen from me over this last year and a half is exactly who I am. I am no different. If you were to meet me in real life, I am the same guy I don't get shy too often. I'm pretty outspoken, but tend to hold what I need to say sometimes back in a community setting because I don't want to hurt anybody's feeling, and I know everybody is different. Everybody comes from a different upbringing. Everybody has differences in everything that we do. But what you see from me, if you like me or not, is exactly who I am. I don't put out any type of fake persona. I genuinely like people. And I mentioned it on the live yesterday. We're not around forever. So any type of, I don't know how to put it, I want people to know exactly what I think about them at all times. And I am a fairly nice person, I would say. I don't ever try to hurt anybody's feelings. And I like everybody that I've met. I am glad that I've met them. There's a reason I've met them. And whether we get along or not, I'm still glad that I met you. And I tell Alicia this all the time. You know, people talk about, oh, you know, if you could go back in the past, what would you do different? Me? Nothing. I would change nothing from my past, the good, the bad. Whatever has happened, I would never change it. And the reason for that is I've learned something. I've grown from something. I've been taught something. You know, I figured out something from all of my past experiences. Like I said, whether they're good or bad, we haven't had the best life. I think we've had a very happy life. I'll say these last couple of years. Before that, maybe not so great. Definitely not so great for Alicia or even my kids. I wasn't who you guys kind of know now. None of you really know me, but I was not the same person. I was very harsh. I was very cruel. I was very about myself. I wasn't a nice person. I'm surprised if anybody talked to me, and maybe that's why today I really don't have a lot of real world friends. I don't have a group of buddies I go out with and do anything with. I don't have a friend that I call if something's up. I have Alicia, and she is not only my wife, but is my best friend, really. In all reality, I tell her everything. But, you know, I can understand people that have outside friends and they can say different things, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I think because of the person I used to be, I never really got to make friends. And so it's something that's always been hard for me. And it's not that I need friends or even want friends sometimes, because that's hard. You know, as I look at it, you know, I was never big on feelings, sharing my feelings, talking even. It was just not something I did. I kept a lot of it in, and it's not because I didn't want to talk. I just didn't know how. I didn't know the words, and I didn't know how to express myself and my feelings. I thought, you know, a few years back, there's three types of feelings. There's happy, there's angry, and there's sad. That's it. There's no other spectrum. Those were the three feelings that you had, and, you know, that was that. I have learned over time that, of course, that's not true. I've learned to express my feelings better and be able to share that with not only Alicia, but with anybody that's here and willing to listen. So tweezers, yeah, sometimes I'll even fire off a drill. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So friends to me is very different. Like I said, I don't have a lot of them, even online. I'm very friendly. Dropped one. And I think I'm nice. You'll have to let me know in the comments. I definitely try to be. If I'm ever not nice to you, let me know, because I never want anybody to feel like I just genuinely do not like them, because that is not true. I can have disagreements, but I generally like people. I like to watch people. They're interesting. And like I said before, we're not going to be around forever, so I want people to know, or to act how they would want to be treated. You know, if I'm a firm believer, even after being burned many times, that if you put good out in the world, good will come back to you. Not always does that happen, but it's something that I definitely strive to do. I never try to put out negativity. I never, ever badmouth or talk behind somebody's back or say anything mean. I've got a piece of something on there about other people, because that's just not who I am. You know, everybody brings something unique to this, but I have noticed, you know, in the year and a half of diamond painting, which is not very long, this isn't a very big community, guys. It's not like the rest of YouTube. It's very niche as far as the number of people that actually diamond paint, the number of, you know, whatever is out there. This is diamond painting. It's not going to be massive. It's never going to be, you know, this giant thing. And I wish it was, because it's helped me so much. And I let everybody know that I diamond paint. It doesn't embarrass me. There's no embarrassment in this. It is a craft that I get to do with my wife, and it's relaxing and it's stress relieving, if you let it be. But I think sometimes with the community, you're always going to have some type of strange drama. No matter what happens, no matter what it is, it's just a little different in this when you don't have as many people that are doing the craft. It's not like there's hundreds of thousands of diamond painters. There just isn't. I come from using YouTube in a gaming setting, because that, of course, is my other hobby, where some of the people I watch have 300, 500, 800,000, 3 million subscribers. It's not like diamond painting, where maybe some of the biggest diamond painting YouTubers have, you know, 50,000, or maybe they do multiple crafts. But if it's a diamond painter exclusively, you're never going to see 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. So our community is much smaller, which is good in a way. You might get to meet more people that you're interested in meeting than you would in, let's say, a gaming sphere. It would mostly be in passing or things like that. But it's a small community, and I feel like Ditzy and I are slowly becoming a part of this. You have to remember, when we first started this channel, we knew nothing. We knew nobody. We just came out of nowhere, and we were sitting in therapy, and the therapist asked us about hobbies. And, you know, Alicia had hobbies always. Ditzy always had something going on. She had her Legos, she had her sewing, she had her crocheting. I don't think it's knitting. Yeah, not knitting, but she had crocheting. I know she had some machines. One was like a serger or something. I don't know the names of all of these, but she used to make all kinds of different things. She was always very crafty, and I never was really crafty like that. And so we needed to find something that we could both do together and it be something that we like. So what drew us to this was she got a diamond painting a few years back from her adopted mom. She wasn't really sure what it was. It kind of sat around for maybe a couple of years. And one day she was bored and she found it and she's like, well, I'm going to do this. And immediately fell in love with it. From that, she got on Amazon. I think this is kind of how almost everybody's diamond painting journey goes. She got on Amazon, ordered a few kits, didn't really know a lot about licensing, just looked at, pretty images. We got some pretty garbage canvases that had problems with drills, had problem with the print, just problems in general. But we caught on very quickly licensed canvases and, of course, Diamond Art Club. So from there, we started purchasing the Diamond Art Clubs. We decided, after speaking with our marriage therapist, to start a YouTube channel because that would merge both of my technical side, her creative side, and we could do something together and have a result. When we initially started this, I was never going to be on camera. I had no thought of being on camera. It just didn't matter to me. And I don't know how she slowly got me to even do it. It's not that I'm shy. I just didn't think it mattered. Why would anybody want to be on camera? Why do they care to see who I am? Why do they care who I am? That's something I struggled with before we started this, of do I matter, in some cases. Eventually I found out, yes, of course, I matter. But before therapy, I didn't know that. I didn't know my opinion mattered, that I had mattered. And it's not on any fault of either of us. It's just something that happened over time. And it's something that we've worked hard to correct. Because I will have family, they'll ask me, because they know we do therapy, they know we do YouTube, they know we do diamond painting. And my dad is one of the ones that always brings up that I'm really into therapy. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm definitely into therapy. It has, helped save my marriage. It has helped save everything about us. And diamond painting is just, again, that kind of stepping stone that really helped us out. Meeting a lot of the people in the community helped us out. And some of those friendships might not be exactly where they were when they started. Stuff changes over time. But I don't. I'm not a changer. I don't really change. I'm, as far as, meeting me today, yes, definitely huge change compared to 3 years ago, definitely. But as far as friendships go and things like that, like I said, I've never really had a lot of friendships. Even as a kid growing up, I lived between parents, so trying to meet new friends and have a lasting relationship wasn't in my cards back then. Oh, I gotta switch my color out here, so I gotta do this little Pong one. I guess it's Pong. I don't know. It looks like it's gonna have a lot, maybe. I say Pong, of course, because I'm a gamer, and that looks like a line, but then there's 2 balls? Nah, that ain't right. But anyway, I'll find that guy, and then I'll try to remember where I was at. There it is. So yeah, living with 2 different parents in 2 very different areas, you don't get to make those lifelong friendships. So I've never really had friends that were around all of the time. Maybe 2 years at the most before you'd have to move and try to make new friends. And eventually, from doing that, you just kind of stop. You stop trying. You stop trying to make new friends. And then, of course, you hit an age where it's like, how do you even make friends? Where do you go? What do you do? It's hard. I'll say it's very hard if you don't have set friends or even acquaintances that maybe you would get together and, you know, at least reminisce and have dinner or something like that. How do you make friends as a grown adult? And for them to even understand who you are, for you to understand who they really are. I think a lot of people put out what they think people want to see. It's very rare that you're going to find a friend that puts out exactly who they are and take it or leave it. But I can tell you right now, that is exactly the type of people Ditzy and I are. We are very much so caring. We are very much so inclusive. Whether you feel like we are or not, I guarantee you that we are. We see the people that are like that as well. But that's who we've always been. We've never tried to be fake about what we do or who we are. And, you know, maybe sometimes Ditzy says some crazy things, but that's her. That's exactly who she is. She just can kind of spout off with something at, you know, during a random conversation. It doesn't make her weird. That's just the type of person she is. We just care. And maybe that's bad for us sometimes because it can be taken advantage of and definitely has been. But we just care. We want everybody to feel like they're included. We want everybody to feel like they're seen. Even with her replies to people from you guys in the comment section of the YouTube video, she reads every single one of them. She doesn't just go through and give a thumbs up or a heart emoji. She actually reads it. She actually puts thought into it, and I find that to be amazing because I can't always do that, and some people can't, and it doesn't mean that it's a flaw. It's just something she says, hey, I'm going to devote time to reading each one of these. So during any event we've done, during Diamonds in the Rough, during Oz and Og, whatever it might be, every single one of your comments, no matter how long or how small they were, rest assured she read every single one of them. And didn't just respond back with an emoji, didn't, even on the hard ones, when it was a hard question week, she read everything. And she continues to do that, and will probably continue to do that for as long as she runs this channel. And I do say as she runs this channel because it is hers. I help out, I provide advice, and I do things with her, yes. And it is, again, something that we have done for therapy, but now it's kind of changed and came into its own setting. So with the community and with, you know, diamond painting, as I spoke about that, I've heard some people will sometimes get upset over somebody, let's say, just copying somebody else. You can't copy somebody else in diamond painting. It is such a small community. There is not a lot of information. Everybody does unboxings. Everybody might do it a little differently. Somebody could hold it up. Somebody could show a top-down view. Somebody could show their face view. They can do like us and show your face and the top-down view. There is no copying in this stuff. Everything anybody has ever done, whether it's diamond painted or not, is on YouTube somewhere. It is there. Just everything. Unboxings, tutorials, lives, whatever it might be. Everybody learns differently. Everybody has a creator or a group that they prefer. And to me, put out as much content as you want. If you want to have your husband on, have your husband on. If they've never been on before and I helped you get more in touch with your significant other, your husband, your wife, whatever it might be, and they are now participating with you on your YouTube journey, that is amazing. I never think it's copying. I never think you're stealing. I'll never think badly of you because of that. If anything, it's just amazing to me. If somebody can become closer with their significant other, I lost another one, because they saw us and said, I want to do that, that's amazing. I can't believe that. Just like game night. I know probably other creators have done this, even in the diamond painting community. We're not the first ones to do game night. Are we the longest lasting game night? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what other creators do. I have no clue what other creators do for their memberships or their platforms. I just know what I want to do in mine. And those are the game nights, because I get to have fun with a bunch of hilarious people, and our Google meetups, to where we get to interact with you in a live setting. Yeah, there's lives, but that's definitely not the same when you can see everybody and talk to them, and they can share their stories, and they can share what they're doing, what's going on in their life. Anytime we can get to know people better, I definitely like that. One thing you'll learn or know about me is I don't share a lot of stuff that I do, and it's not because of you. It's not because I might like another person better, or maybe I've already told this person, or any of that. I just do not share a whole lot of information about myself. I'm not just a good time buddy either. So what I mean by that is, I'm not always just going to be Mr. Funny Guy and do all this stuff unless that's what you need, and I can definitely be that guy for you. But I'm also there for your hard times, for your rough times. No matter what it is, I will still listen. I will empathize, and I'll hear you. But I'm definitely not the type, after you've seen us for this year and a half, that shares my personal feelings about things with anybody. And I'm probably never going to be that guy. There are a few people that I've met that I've spoken with, but that still doesn't mean I share, everything with those people. And like I said, I probably won't. I guarantee I won't. And that's just me. That has nothing to do with any of you. That is just how I am. And that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me. I barely open up and share with my own life, and it's something I work very hard to do, and I think I've been doing a much better job at it. But this community, it means a lot to us. It's not something, another YouTuber or creator said it's something that we built. It's not really even something that we built. We came here, we did a few things, and like I said, we knew nobody when we started this. We didn't know about any other creators. We didn't do any research to find out what other people were doing. We just started doing unboxings. And then unboxings kind of morphed into small shop hauls and lives, and now we've kind of moved on to tutorials as we find other things that people are looking for, what people are wanting. And and I assume moving forward that'll change as we progress. Will lives always be a thing? Maybe. Will WIP and chats be a thing? I hope so. Private videos in our member section? Probably. But yeah. I just enjoy diamond painting, and I think a lot of you, or most of you, any of you that are watching or even still watching to this point, enjoy this craft. It brings you something. And I mean, in anything, there's going to be drama. There's going to be, somebody that likes to stir up the pot, whatever it might be. And that's going to be in any stuff we're in. But we try not to let any of that affect how we do things and what we do. Because I don't ever want to change, again, who I am now. and I like this craft. It brings me a lot of joy, and I love seeing this, even come together. I see all the stuff that Ditzy completes because she's really good at this. And I want to complete more, and it does bring me calmness when I'm able to get in here and sit down and diamond paint. I know for probably the last month and a half or 2 months even, I have not been able to get in here. Right now it is my busy season, and yeah, I'm slammed. I work out of town quite a bit, and yeah, this is definitely my busiest time of the year. But I can feel it, not being able to get in here, not being able to take the time and just relax and enjoy doing my diamond painting. It is a massive stress reliever. It doesn't require a lot of thought. As you can see, I can actually talk and do this at the same time, which is crazy to me still as I'm doing this, because I can't do that with any of my other hobbies, which is just video games. But no, I'm not going to hold on a conversation while I'm playing a video game. And those games are just my escape. They're my way of doing something. It's not like I'm addicted or play every night. I haven't even turned it on for a couple days. There's nothing I want to do. I've been doing my diamond painting, and that can be addicting, and everything as well, just as anything can if you overdo it. But it definitely is something that we both enjoy. We both enjoy meeting all the people that we've met over this time that we've been doing this. And it's been a lot of fun. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't give anything up. Any of the experiences we've had, both good and bad, over the life of the channel. Yeah, and I hope that we can keep continuing to make you guys happy, have some fun with you. I know it's not going to be as fun because I don't have Ditzy here to play Pick Your Poison or any other cool little card games we like to play together. So it might not be as funny or funny at all, but it is what it is. And I had fun sitting here talking with you guys. If you had a good time, let me know in the comments. If you're new here or returning, or you haven't hit that subscribe button but have been thinking about doing it, now's your time.